Good afternoon and welcome to 365 Days of Amazing Stories with Theo Mayer. Here we are on day 302, and I'm continuing the story of the dead wife. Now, as you might remember, this man's love for his wife was so great that the Great Spirit imbued that wooden doll that he had made of his wife with life. But she could not come fully back into life until they made their way back to their people. And so the man got everything ready. He got provisions ready, venison for both of them that had been dried into a jerky, water sacks, bedding, and they began on their journey to the village that they had both left from originally. And it was a 6-day journey in order to get there. They went over hills and cross streams, through meadows, and they rejoiced every day in each other's company and on that journey now that they were taking together, in hopes that they would be reunited in their fullness and in their purity. And so here they were, traveling along. Every evening they would stop. They would make a camp for themselves. And the husband began to find himself just so drawn toward his wife, like never before, wishing to hold her in his arms. But he knew that he couldn't. He had to wait until they got back to their village. And so night after night, day after day, they traveled along, and she sometimes stumbled because she was made of wood, even though she was gaining increasingly more flexibility each and every day. She was still wooden, and he could not reach out to touch her, because if he did, he would never have her in this life. On they went, and they got to the point where it was the last night. The village was close, but it was not close enough for them to have made it. And so this, sixth night they were spending out. The man, he felt a longing that he just couldn't control himself. And he reached out to embrace his wife, and his wife tried to keep him away and said, "Don't do this, or I will be gone forever." But he reached out anyway, and he grabbed her. And when he did, all there was again was this wooden carved doll. Shedding tears, he got up, and even in the night, he made his way to the village. And he told all those people that knew him what had happened. And they thought, "You must be dreaming. This can't possibly be." They said, "Follow me then. I will show you." And so they did. They followed him back to where they had camped, and there, lying in the snow, was this wooden figure of his wife. They said, "See, there's no one here." She said, "It was not real." But then they looked, and they saw the tracks, and saw that there were 2 sets of tracks that led to the place where they had spent the night. And one of those sets, was the tracks of the man's wife. He regretted the rest of his life what had happened, and lived, unfortunately, alone through all those years. So sometimes it's very important that we listen to what is being asked of us and resist temptation. See things through before grabbing for something that will inevitably end up in loss. Okay, we'll end that story here.